Hey everyone, I'm Kelly and this is my channel Kel Stitches. This is a place where I talk about my cross stitching and the addiction, the severe addiction that I have to it. If you've accidentally clicked on this video and you're not interested in cross stitching, this is probably not for you, so you're quite welcome to keep scrolling on by. Today is Monday, 6th of February 2023, and this is Flosstube number 21. I would just like to say welcome and thank you to all of my returning subscribers for coming back and catching up with me and what I've got to show. And welcome to all of my new subscribers, and thank you for coming over and seeing what I have to show you. And I hope you continue to enjoy my content. So today I am here for another whip update of what I've worked on in the last 2 weeks. I have done some pretty good progress on most of my projects in this rotation. I think there was only one project that I didn't work on, and that was my stamped kit, which I'm still, I don't know, still not very in love with it, but I know I've got to get it done. I'm not the type of person to UFO anything. If I start it, I will slog on through and finish it. So it'll get there eventually. But it's one of those things that if I don't have time to stitch on it in the rotation, it's not really going to worry me too much. Alright guys, let's get straight into my whips and what I have got to show you. So the first one that I worked on was this one, which is Protector. The designer is Paine Crafts and the artist is Katy Lipscomb. This is a chart that Darren, Dizzy Stitcher, racked me a while ago. Alright, so as usual I will put up a picture of where it was before. And this is where it's up to now. So I stitched on this for 2 days and I got 1,100 stitches into it. This is one of the 8 that I want to get 15,000 stitches done on this year. So I worked it out, if I can get 1,250 stitches a month on each of the 8 projects, I will reach my goal of the 15,000 each. So I'm a little bit short this month, but I was kind of pushing it because I took up so much of January. Well, I should say last month I was pushing it. Since we're already into February, where has January already gone to? Anyway, so yeah, I was pushing it a little bit in January to get these done because I have given myself a goal of 1,000 stitches in each of these 8 projects for the month, and I took up so much of January stitching on the, or finishing off the sail, that big ass sail. So yeah, all right. Next one that I stitched on is this one. Mini Shaman, designed by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Laurie Prindle. And yes, this is only a mini, so I'm not sure how much detail I will lose. Hopefully not too much, because there's not a great deal of smaller detail in this. Alright. And I still Oh my god, guys, I'm really doughy. I don't even know which way's up the right way. I'm trying to figure out whereabouts I am even stitching on it. I'm pretty sure. And I can't even check on Pattern Keeper where I'm up to because I'm using my tablet to video on, and all my patterns are on Pattern Keeper on my tablet, so I can't even check on that. Let's say it's this way. Sure hope so. Alright, so this is where it is up to. Maybe looks right. I don't know. We'll soon enough find out when I put the where it was before picture here. You'll notice if I've got it up around the wrong way, and if I do, I'm very sorry, but this is where I'm up to. So I stitched on this for 2 days and I got 1,240 stitches. 10 stitches away from my 1250 for this one in January. But this is stitching up relatively quickly, and yes, I am in the center, so that is in and around the horse somewhere. So that is where I'm up to with that one. Alright, the next one that I stitched on is this one. It is Daydream Sea Turtles, charted by Charting Creations, and the artwork is by Sheena Pike. Amazing colours in this one, absolutely amazing. Get out of there. Alright, so this is where it was before, as usual, and this is where it's up to now. So I'm starting to fill in. This is the head, and this is sort of up behind the head, and the flipper of this turtle here. So this is the section that I am stitching in, all this sort of here. So that is where I'm up to. And I stitched on this for 2 days and I got 1,500 stitches into it. I'm completely forgetting to tell you the fabrics that these are stitched on. This one is stitched on 16 count Aida. Let me grab these bags so I can. Shaman is also stitched on 16 count Aida, and Protector is stitched on 16 count Aida that I hand dyed myself in that apple green. And they are all stitched 2/1 full cross, because I am a full cross kind of girl. That's just the way I roll. I haven't attempted 10th stitch, and I don't know if I really want to, because I do like the process of doing the full crosses. Yes, it takes longer, but I don't know. I just like the full cross. All right. Now, the next one was this one, called Moonrise Song, charted by Artecy, and it is artwork by Abraham Hunter. Yes, Abraham Hunter. And this is the large version. It's absolutely gorgeous. Loving it, loving it, loving it so much. And this is where I'm up to. I got the second page finished, so that's that middle wolf, and this is the one that's howling. And it wasn't until I stitched it and stood back and took a photo of it that you can actually see the bit of breath coming out, like the hot breath coming out of the wolf's mouth. So that looks absolutely amazing. So now the decision is, which direction do I go? Do I keep coming across this side and finish off this wolf? Do a couple more pages across this side? Do I go up and just start in the background, which is a lot of trees and starting to get up into the mountain and stuff up here? Or do I go down and start filling in the bodies of the wolves? Or do I come to this side and start on the third wolf? I don't know. Let me know, guys, which direction you'd like to see me go in. It's all got to be done eventually, I suppose. So, and this is the beauty of being a centre starter. I can decide which direction I want to go in. If I get sick of background, then I can come down and start focusing more on wolves or something like that. But yeah, just let me know what direction you'd like to see me go with this, and I'll just see and go off your decisions, I suppose. Stitched on this for 2 days and I got 1,060 stitches into it, and this is on a 16 count Aida, also 2/1 full cross. All right, so the next one that I stitched on was this one. It doesn't exactly have a name. I've just been calling it Tribal Wolf. This is off a store on Etsy called 2x2 Stitch Art. She has some lovely patterns on there. Some really nice, small, quick stitches that just breaks up the monotony of the bigger full coverage ones that I happen to do all the time. And this is where I'm up to. So I did move the Nerge frame and started to get that border in. Now I am stitching this on a 14 count hand dyed Aida that I bought from Elisa at Paddock Lane Designs. She was having a dye spot sale and I just bought a heap of fabric off her, and this was perfect size to fit this one on. And this is being stitched in Etoile 823, I'm pretty sure is the colour of it. Yes, it is 823 Etoile. So I don't know if you can see the sparkle. Oh yeah, you can sort of see the sparkle in that. It is not in your face sparkle, it is just a very subtle sparkle. So I don't know, I might finish this one into a pillow or something, a cushion or something like that once I've finished it. I stitched on this for 1 day and I got 900 stitches into it. And because I'm using one colour, it is very easy just to get that many stitches in a day. I only worked on this for probably, what day did I stitch on it? Was it a work day? Just check. Yes, it was a day. It was a work day, so I probably didn't start stitching on this till 5, 6 o'clock. I think I got maybe 4 or 5 hours into this. Very easy to stitch up because it is monochromatic. Alright, next one that I stitched on was if I can find it. There we go. Swans from the Year in the Woods series by Cottage Garden Samplings. And it goes. So that is the swans. I'll put a picture up of where it was last time we seen it. And this is where it's up to now. So I think I took it out of the Q-snap when I done my whip parade, and then I just popped it back into the Q-snap. Sort of moved it down a little bit so I can fit the rest of that in. So this is, I worked on this for one day and I got 1,100 stitches into it. Once again, this is, they do stitch up very quickly, but this was also on one of my days off. So I just stitched on it on and off during the day. But yeah, the swans are starting to come in, and this is being stitched on 18 count Aida that I hand dyed myself. Pretty sure the colours that I used was a cocoa brown, and I just put a touch of, it was tangerine or sunshine orange into the dye, and that's where you get these orange pieces of through the fabric. So that is, yeah, that's where we're up to with the swans. I've said it before, these are very stitch heavy. You wouldn't think it for little like the size of them, but they are. Also, I did have a question about how big I made the fabric to fit all 12 of them on. I can't exactly remember, but on the Cottage Garden Samplings website, it does tell you how big. I think because they're like 100 by, what are they? They're 100 by 130. So let me just quickly work this out. If you go 3 across, and I allowed 3 squares between each, so there wasn't huge gaps. So they just sort of, they'll just flow into each other nicely. You could allow up to 5 squares without it looking too weird, but I did allow 3 squares between each. So let me just quickly calculate this. They're 100 wide plus 3 times that by 3. So that's 309 stitches. I allowed the fabric to be 309 stitches wide by 140 plus 3 times 3 by 429 stitches long. And then, of course, I just calculated that. So the way I calculate my fabric is, I don't use a fabric calculator, I just calculate it myself. So you've got 429, that's your length for Year in the Woods if you're putting them all together. Depending on your fabric, I used 18 count, so you divide it. So you divide it by 18, that is your fabric count, which gives you 23.83 inches. I always round up to 24, and then I allow 3 inches on either side, or all sides, all 4 sides, for framing. So you then add 6 inches to that, which gives you 29.83 inches. Now I'm pretty sure I cut my material at 30 inches for that. So that is the way I calculate my fabric, and that is how big I allowed my fabric to be. So what did I say? 309 by 429 is the stitch count to allow all 12 of them on one piece of fabric. And then you've just got to calculate your fabric on the count size that you're going to use. I will put a little bit of a down in the comments box, down in this description box. I will put the how I calculate my fabric down there, just so you have a little bit of a reference for it. Right, so that was that one. Did I say? Yeah, 1 day, 1100 stitches. All right, so my next one and my last one that I worked on was Bengal Tigers 2 by Just Stitching. These are a company off eBay. This is a pattern that I got from my mother-in-law 6 or so years ago for Christmas present. I'm not 100% sure if any of the artwork has been licensed, but she did gift them to me, so I thought I would stitch them up anyway. So that is my Bengal Tigers. Where did I put it? Throwing it down here under all the others. Sorry, I'm gonna have to lean over it. But try not to fall off the bed and tip everything out at the same time, which I did. Alright, so a picture of where it was, and this is where I'm up to. So I have started filling in the rest of this tiger. I started to fill him in, or her. She is looking, or they are looking really good. So I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it. And this is on a 16 count Aida. Back in my whip parade, I did take it out of the hoop and show the whole thing. So I don't have that much left to do. I know I keep saying it. I will get it done this year. I promise, guys, I will. When this year, I'm not 100% sure, but I will get it done. And once this one's done, I will put in another pattern into my rotation. So yeah, that's where that one's up to. I think I've only got like 3 or 4 colours to finish on this for this page, and then it's this last page up here, which is just all background. Yeah, and it's just all background, so shouldn't be too much. Should be pretty easy stitching once I get to that last page. So that is all my stitching that I got done in the 2 weeks since you saw me last. Now I stitched for 12 days out of the 14 and I got 7,900 stitches. The 2 days that I didn't stitch was because I had to work. Had to do a double shift. So one was a party, an out function, and the other one was also an out function, but it was a wedding. The other one was like a 70th birthday or something like that. But yeah, so that is all my stitching. Other than that, I don't have any haul this fortnight. I am trying to be good. Trying being the operative word there. Trying to be good and not spending so much money at the start of the year, because I do have car registration and insurance and all that coming up at the end of February. So that is going to take a good whack of money. I have re-signed up for the seasons, Silks for You seasons packs. I have bought a Christmas advent bag off Shaman from Fun with Cross Stitch here on Flosstube. I got one of her large ones, so that'll be exciting to get that at the end of the year. I'm just waiting for the Silks for You 12 Days of Christmas subscription to open, and I will sign up for that one as well. If they've got room, if there's enough room. But hopefully I'll be able to get into that one as well. So yeah, that is all of my stitching sort of related stuff. I have fully finished this. I am in the process of getting the rest of this done. So this is just a cork board. You know, the little discs you buy to put your hot pans and stuff on your bench, your cork, I forget what they call them, cork trivets. Anyway, one of those. I bought a pack of 3 of those, and I thought that they'd be ideal to put these around. And they're a little bit small. You do lose a little bit around the edges, but it's not too much. And I just hot glue gunned it to the back and trimmed up the edges. And then I started to think about what I was going to actually back that on. And when I was in Spotlight, I found a pack of round placemats, 25 centimeter round placemats. They were just plain MDF placemats, and I came up with the idea of painting some of them in sort of matching colours so I could back it onto. So I thought of a few different ideas. One was acrylic paint pouring. So I done this one and this one. The only problem is they are very, very busy. You put that one on. The colours, yeah, I don't really like that one. Plus you do lose all of this. This one's not so bad, but you still do lose a lot of all the pretty pattern in that. So those were just a tester for, I've never done acrylic paint pouring before, and I thought, why not give it a go? I YouTubed some videos and it looked easy enough. Well, it's easy. Oh, sorry, that just went really bright then. It's easy enough, but it's bloody messy, let me tell you. So anyway, then I thought, what if I just used some normal poster paint and just do some stripes in the colours to match this. So a teal, a white and a pink. So that's what I've done. I painted it black so it had a bit of a base, and then I did do 3 of them. They're not all exactly the same, which doesn't really matter. So I did do 3 of them, and this does look really good on it. So I do just have to get some spray varnish. Words are starting to lose my words, guys. I do just want to get some spray varnish so I can varnish this so it looks a little bit more shiny, and then I will just stick that to it. And then I did just paint the back of them with a bit of with some more poster paint, just blue glittery poster paint, so it wasn't just the... So yeah, that is how I am thinking of finishing those off. I think that'll look alright, and just put a little hanger on the back and you can hang them up on the wall. So I think that'll look okay once they're all done. And that is for the three in that series. But that's pretty much all I've been doing. Well, that's pretty much all I've done for the fortnight. Nothing else to really tell you. I've been working. I was going to put in some pictures of one of our visits to the national park. So the one that I will put in is, I think I'll go with the Gibraltar Range National Park one. We've been up there several times. You would have to go up there 3 or 4 days to be able to do all of the walks. And we have, over time, we have done all of the walks up there. But this one, we just went to Duffers Falls. It's a new walk that they've put in. So it was called Duffers Falls. Absolutely gorgeous. It was a 3.5 kilometre walk to the falls, and then the 3.5 kilometre walk back, and then there was a few other littler walks around the same area. So I think that day all up we done about 10 kilometres in walking. And yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I will put the photos in here at the end with a few little headings of where it was and stuff like that. The sun decided that when we got to Duffers Falls, it was quite a warm day. I'd have to say it was in the low 30s, 30 degrees Celsius here in Australia, which is, what, about 92 in Fahrenheit, I think. So, yeah, it was a bit warm. And we were trekking through Australian bush. It wasn't rainforest, it was Australian bush. And then the last 700 metres of the track was going down the cliffside. So it was a narrow track. It was through rocks, over rocks, down steep inclines, stuff like that. But once you got to the bottom of it, it was absolutely gorgeous. So nice. The waterfall was beautiful. The son decided that he'd go for a bit of a swim in the waterfall. So he stripped off to his shorts, his boardies that he's had on, and jumped in. I seriously considered getting in, but I didn't have swimmers on me. I mean, my bra and undies that I had on were just plain black, and they looked like swimmers anyway. Covered more than most people's swimwear covers these days, so it wouldn't have looked out of place or anything, but no one needed to see this body swimming around in the waterfall pool, that's for sure. I mean, there was no one there. When we first got there, there was one fella there, but he sort of left as we arrived. The son was swimming around for probably about 15-20 minutes, and then another couple arrived, but they didn't really care. They actually took a trail up over on top of the waterfall and yeah, so we had a bit of something to eat, and the son had a swim and all that, but it was absolutely beautiful. So that, yeah, I will put those photos in with a couple of headings and stuff just after I finish and sign off. So guys, that is the first one that I'll put in. I'll leave other photos of other national parks and stuff for another time. Otherwise this video could go on for over an hour just with me putting all the photos in. Alright, I will leave it as that because I don't have anything else to speak to you about or tell you. I will change my rotations. I will go back to the other rotation for this fortnight, which is Spirit Guides, Shaped Wolf, Mini Top Frog, Waterhole Masters. There's quite a few of us doing Waterhole Masters now. I know Cass Jeep Girl Stitches is doing the Super Size Max Colour. The Christmas Advents that I'm doing. the Happy Mood Point, Sun Susi, and the second in the trio of series. So that is going to be in the next rotation. My next video will be in 2 weeks' time. What's today? Today's the 6th. So that'll be the 20th. Almost the end of February. Holy shit. Sorry. This year is flying past. Before you know it, it'll be Christmas again. Shh, that's a dirty word. But yeah, guys, so that is when my next video will be the 20th of February. I know I didn't get a Stitch With Me done last week. I will try. The son's back at school. Yes. School, summer holidays finished here in Australia and they went back last week. And he's in year 9. Oh my God. Year 9 of high school. Which is, I think, in America would be middle school over there. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but yeah, he's in year 9 in high school, so he's only got 4 years of school left if he makes it to year 12. That's kind of scary, considering that he's my baby. Anyway, so yeah, he's gone back to school, so on my days off, I should have an opportunity to do a Stitch With Me. If there's a particular whip that you want to see me stitch on, leave it down in the comments, and I will try to do a Stitch With Me on that one. If there is any questions or anything that you want to ask me, just leave those down in the comments. I will either answer them in the comments, or even if I do answer them in the comments, I'll still answer them on the videos anyway, because some people don't read through all the comments and stuff like that. So yeah, if there's any questions or anything like that, just leave them down below. So once again, guys, thank you for stopping by, taking the time out of your day to watch this video and catch up with all my progress on my whips. And yeah, just thank you for being a subscriber. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. When I first started, which I am coming up to 12 months, that has gone by really quickly. Yeah, when I first started, I didn't expect to get even 200 people interested in what I was doing, considering when I first started I did only have 4 projects as well. But yeah, I didn't expect to get so many people, but I think I'm about 530 subscribers at the moment, and that's amazing to think that there's 530 people out there that want to tune in and see what I'm working on each fortnight. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for coming back every fortnight or with each video that I put up and commenting on them. I do read all the comments. I do heart all the comments. I do reply to all the comments when I can. Sometimes I will heart them when I've read them, because I usually read them on the way to work or just before I go to work, and I don't have time to reply to them. But then after work, I will go back and reply to those, to any of them that I haven't managed to reply to. So yeah, I do try to do all that. Sometimes comments do slip through, especially on the older videos, because YouTube being YouTube, as they do, don't always give you notifications of comments or new comments, and they tend to hide some comments on you as well. So they just like to be a pain in the bum sometimes. So if I have missed a comment, I'm very sorry. It's not on my part. It would be to do with YouTube's algorithm in what they like to show their content creators. But yeah, so thank you guys. It is very, very much appreciated. And if you do like my videos, please like them, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when I have a new video up. It just allows me to get up there in the algorithm of YouTube and get me out there a little bit more. But yeah, that is all for this video. I think I've rambled on enough. Alright guys, I will see you all in the next video. Wherever you are in the world, please take care and stay safe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Some catchy humans.